North Lake family and friends, greetings to you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Pastor Jeff here, and we are halfway through the fourth week now of Advent. The fourth Sunday of Advent is coming up this week, and we're still in the afterglow of this past weekend. We had a magnificent Hope Comes Alive event, and Friday and Saturday evenings we had over 650 carloads of folks, church folks, neighbors, children, and I know some who were well into their 90s who were here going through to be a part of it, and saw so many smiles and so many eyes glistening with joy. Hope you had a chance to be a part of it if you were here in town. And I want to say a special word of thanks to all of our volunteers. We had scores of volunteers involved with planning, setup, hosting, directing traffic, handing out cookies, and singing all evening long, both nights, and then, of course, with the cleanup on Saturday night. I want to say a special word of thanks now to our co-leaders, Lee Diefenbach, Joanne Dorgan, and then staff liaison and really point person, Tina Carroll. They did a fabulous job putting it together. Thanks be to God. And while I'm saying thank you, I also want to say thanks to everyone who's participated in the daily Advent devotional. I look forward to that coming out 8 o'clock every morning. And a beautiful, distinct message from our own North Lake folks and a prayer. It's been beautiful. It's been a great blessing every day and has really geared me and helped, I think, many people. I've heard from many who have appreciated those thoughts coming from church members and friends. So we're only a little more than a week away from Christmas. Let me share with you a few more details about what you could expect on Christmas Eve. So again, the schedule, and we've been talking about this for a while now, 3 services, as we've done many years. They're going to be at 5:30, 7, and 8:30. 5:30 will be our contemporary service with praise band, and that'll be here in the fellowship hall where I am right now. The 7 and 8:30 services will both be in the sanctuary and with a choral ensemble leading the music there. Unfortunately, as you know, with the COVID-19 limitations, we will not be able to do the carol singing that we all want to do. But humming the carols is permitted and encouraged. And we hope if you're here on site with us, you'll be blessed by the worship service. I will remind you that we're going to be doing all the usual protocols. And so folks will have temperatures taken. We'll ask that you have your masks on entirely while you're in the building. And then also we'll maintain our social distance. If we have need for overflow, because we're going to be socially distanced in the worship spaces, and if we have to go to overflow, we've set up a plan so that extra folks could be in the other space with live stream. And what we're going to do is, we could probably put 200 people here in Fellowship Hall. And if we exceed that, we'll ask the later arrivals to go to the sanctuary, and they'll be able to worship and see it all on the large screen. Vice versa, then at 7 and 8:30, if there is a need for overflow, if we exceed the capacity of the sanctuary, we'll be prepared to do the overflow in the Fellowship Hall and have that on the large screen. So we don't know how many will be here, but of course it'll still be available online, and you can worship with us live stream at 5:30 and 7 o'clock. The contemporary at 5:30 and the first traditional service will be live streamed. At all the services, we're gonna do a candle lighting at the conclusion, and we will light the Christ candle. We're gonna, of course, read the traditional passages. For the 4th consecutive year, I'm going to write and read a simple, brief Christmas story, and I'll do that instead of a sermon. But we'll finish each of the 3 services with candle lighting, and we're going to have volunteers spread out with tall candles in the space where we're worshiping. If you'd like to volunteer to do that, I'd encourage you to let us know, because we'd love to have a good force of people holding candles and spread out in the fellowship hall or the sanctuary. and we'll explain the instructions, and you can get in touch with Mike Snow and let him know that you'd like to volunteer, or just call the church office, and we'll give you further instruction. You can be a part of that candle lighting, because what we're not going to do is we're not going to hand out candles to everybody, and we're not going to be lighting and spreading the light to everyone, because that would confound our efforts for the social distancing. And by the way, it's really hard to blow out candles when you have a mask on. It doesn't work very well. So we're going to be set up to do it in a different fashion this year. Once we get past Christmas, we are anticipating that December 27th will be the last Sunday for Pastor Jim McNall. But I want to tell you now, because Jim will be preaching this Sunday, December 20th, at all three services. This will be his final Sunday to deliver the message before he steps away from his role as our interim associate pastor. And of course, he'll still be around North Lake. Jim and his wife Pam will still be here, but his official role and capacity will be finishing at the end of December. And his last Sunday, again, will be the 27th. We'll say goodbye to him then in that role. Wow, Christmas, it's so different this year in many ways because of all the pandemic conditions, limitations. You feel it, I do too. But one thing is not different, and that's the hope that God sends into the world through his Son. And we live in that hope, and we celebrate that hope. That's what Christmas is about. We invite you to participate in all the ways that you can in the celebration of hope through this Christmas season. The Lord bless you and keep you.